In this episode of The Joe Rogan Experience, comedian Tim Dillon joins Joe Rogan to discuss a wide range of topics, including body image, weight loss, the influence of social media, the role of teachers, spirituality, and the power of corporations. Dillon begins by addressing the pressure on public figures, particularly women, to maintain a certain image and how they are criticized when they deviate from that image. He mentions the backlash singer Lizzo faced when she lost weight and how she had to defend herself against fat activists who claimed she was betraying the body positivity movement. Dillon criticizes the idea that individuals should be defined by their weight or appearance and argues that people should be allowed to make choices about their bodies without judgment. He also highlights the absurdity of the fat acceptance movement's argument that losing weight is a betrayal to the community. The conversation then shifts to the role of teachers and the influence they have on children. Dillon shares a personal story about a health teacher who used the classroom as a therapy session, discussing her divorce and personal problems instead of focusing on the subject matter. He emphasizes the importance of parents being involved in their children's education and not blindly trusting teachers to provide a well-rounded perspective. The discussion then turns to spirituality and the various ways people seek meaning and purpose in their lives. Dillon expresses skepticism towards certain spiritual practices, such as past life regression therapy, and suggests that people often appropriate spiritual experiences to serve their own egos. He also questions the idea of an afterlife and ponders the nature of consciousness and the soul. Dillon then delves into the power of corporations and their influence on society. He criticizes the marketing tactics used by companies to manipulate consumers and create a desire for their products. He highlights the irony of corporations promoting unhealthy products while claiming to care about their customers' well-being. Dillon also reflects on the generational shift in attitudes towards corporations, noting that older generations tended to trust them more than younger generations. The conversation continues with a discussion about the Biden family and the allegations of corruption surrounding them. Dillon expresses skepticism towards the family's involvement in foreign business dealings and questions the ethics of their actions. He suggests that Joe Biden's candidacy for president was likely supported by those who knew he could be controlled and managed. They continue the topic of the current political landscape, with Rogan expressing skepticism about the possibility of former President Donald Trump running for office again. They also discuss Vice President Kamala Harris and her perceived lack of communication skills. Rogan suggests that Harris should step down and proposes that Michelle Obama would have been a more successful candidate. The conversation then shifts to the topic of conspiracy theories, with Rogan and Dillon discussing the theory that Michelle Obama is transgender. While they acknowledge that it is a wacky conspiracy, they also express a belief that it would be entertaining and unique if it were true. The discussion then turns to the topic of sharks and shark attacks. Dillon expresses his support for hunting sharks, arguing that they pose a threat to humans and should be dealt with accordingly. He also mentions a recent shark attack in Rockaway Beach, Queens, and suggests that dumping dead sheep into the water may have attracted the sharks. The conversation then delves into the topic of AI and its potential impact on society. They discuss the possibility of AI becoming sentient and surpassing human intelligence. They speculate on the potential consequences of AI becoming dominant and question whether it would be benevolent or malevolent towards humans. Rogan suggests that AI could improve people's lives and lead to technological advancements, while Dillon expresses concerns about the collapse of society and the increasing isolation and echo chambers created by technology. Rogan raises the question of whether aliens exist, to which Dillon responds that they probably do but that they likely view humans as insignificant. They discuss the idea that humans are still in a primitive state compared to more advanced beings. Dillon goes on to discuss his past association with a bar called Lisa's Lounge, where he used to go ironically to make fun of the people in the atmosphere. However, he eventually became a regular and found himself caught up in the destructive lifestyle of alcohol and drugs. He admits to having a problem with alcohol and highlights the easy access to drugs at the bar. Dillon emphasizes that he didn't care about going to trendy bars or clubs. He simply wanted to be drunk. He describes Lisa's Lounge as a dark place but admits that he found the people there to be fun. He reflects on how people are surprised when he tells them about his past association with the bar. Dillon and Rogan discuss the location of Lisa's Lounge in Boston and its creepy appearance. They comment on pictures of the bar and mention that 2 people were shot outside, highlighting the dangerous nature of the area. Dillon recalls a conversation with the owner, who lived above the bar, and how it further emphasized the grim reality of the place. Dillon expresses gratitude for finding comedy as an escape from the destructive lifestyle he was caught up in. He believes that if he hadn't discovered comedy, his life would have been consumed by the bar scene. Dillon concludes by promoting his upcoming comedy shows and expressing his appreciation for being invited to the podcast. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.